So Diwali is here and so is the air pollution in Delhi and Delhi NCR. Now some of you may want to buy an air purifier, but then again, since air purifiers are still relatively new, there isn't much clarity available compared to smartphone and tech gadgets. Of course, there are a lot of other big words floating around like Cadr, Hepa filter, etc. And to make it even worse, there are few gimmicks like PM 2.5 rating on most of the air purifier doesn't work after a limit, and some people suggest using in plants as an air purifier. Look, the point is there is a lot of misinformation and confusion when it comes to buying an air purifier. So the question that has to be asked is, what are the things that you need to consider before buying an air purifier? Well, this is Minal from TechWiser.com, and here are 4 things that you should consider before buying an air purifier. Also, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe to TechWiser to stay wiser. And with that said, let's begin. Okay, so the first thing you should look for in any air purifier is that it should have a true Hepa filter. Now, a Hepa filter stands for high efficiency particulate air, but to understand it simply, an air purifier is basically a big plastic box with 2 major parts, a Hepa filter and a fan. Now the fan usually sits on the top of the Hepa filter that passes the air through it, thus taking in the polluted air, and the pollutant gets trapped in the filter and the fan releases the purified air. And if you take a closer look at any Hepa filter, it's basically a fiberglass with very tiny holes in it, which can trap a PM 2.5 pollutant. To give you a perspective, the PM 2.5 pollutant is 30 times smaller than your hair. That's the same reason a plant can't fix air pollution. Sure, they will give you some fresh air, but the effect is negligible compared to the pollutant suspended in the air. Now, which HEPA filter is used in an air purifier is also important. There's the HEPA filter, which is the most basic one and the one you should avoid, and then you have H14, H13, etc. The higher you go in the HEPA grade, the better cleaning it does. Now, some companies like Philips and Sharp advertise the HEPA filter on their website. For instance, they use H13, which is good, but I wasn't able to find the HEPA filter grade used in Mi air purifier. A little bit of digging on their website, and turns out they use a HEPA filter which isn't a true HEPA filter and should be avoided. So yeah, before you buy an air purifier, make sure it has true HEPA filter, and also check for the grade of the HEPA filter. H13 and H14 HEPA filters are usually better than the HEPA filters. Next thing you should look for in an air purifier is the CADR value, short for Clean Air Delivery Rate. In simple words, just like you have to buy a different ton of AC based on the different size of a room, the air purifier also have different CADR value. If you have a bigger room, you need an air purifier with higher CADR, such as 350 to 400 CADR for a master bedroom, while if you have a smaller room, a typical 250 to 300 CADR will also work. Now, how CADR value is calculated is also important. For example, if you take a look at the screenshot of Philips air purifier description, the ceiling height is considered to be 8 feet. Now, this is quite unrealistic because most of the Indian homes has a ceiling height of at least 10 or 12 feet. Now, both the Mi and Philips air purifier claims the CADR suitable for a master bedroom. However, while testing it in the master bedroom, the Mi air purifier, which started at 534, and after 30 minutes, it was able to bring the pollution level to 90, which is good. But then again, it stayed at 90 no matter what. Similarly, the Philips 2887, which started at 515, was able to bring down the pollution level to 58. Much better than the Mi Air 3, but still not below 50. However, even after that, it remained constant at 50, never came below 50. The point is, although both of them claims to be suitable for a bigger room, in our testing they were ineffective to bring the pollution level below 50 since the room was too big for them. The third thing to keep in mind before buying an air purifier is to not get over-influenced by the smart feature of an air purifier. Now, there are some air purifiers out there which has app integration, work with Alexa, etc, etc. And these are all good things. But the primary job of an air purifier is to effectively clean the air. If they are able to do that, well and good. And only after then you have to factor in the extra smart feature. The Mi air purifier also had smart features such as scheduling, connect to Wi-Fi, etc. And these are all good features to have. But in my experience, there was a power failure and the Mi Home app automatically disconnected from the app. And I wasn't able to remotely control it over Wi-Fi without resetting it again. Similarly, if you're buying an air purifier just because it has a display, that's also not wise. For example, the Philips air purifier can only show reading up to 280 and the Mi air purifier only goes to 600. And if the pollution is more than that, you can't expect the readings to be accurate. Look, the point is features like display, smart app connectivity are useful but often gimmicky, and that's why they should never be the primary reason to buy an air purifier. Rather, you should look for values like CADR or even a true HEPA filter in an air purifier. And the final thing to look for before buying an air purifier is to ask yourself which room are you going to use it in. Are you going to use it in a properly insulated room or are you planning to use it in a hall? Here in the closed room where the air purifier is running, the PM 2.5 level is below 50, which is good. But if I open the door or if I go to the hall with higher circulation, the pollution goes to 400, highly unsafe. And if I go all the way outside, it's 700. Of course, if I go back to the insulated room, it brings the pollution level below 50. Quite safe. Also, a lot of people attach their air purifier to the wall. The right way to use it is to leave at least 1 feet of gap in all the 4 sides for proper air circulation. In simple words, using an air purifier is a lot similar to using an AC. You need a proper insulated room for it to work well. Now, I know this isn't going to be practical for most of us, so one way to fix this problem is to use air purifier at night. Since this is the time I'm less likely to move in and out of my bedroom. Also during the day, the pollution level is quite less. In a typical morning in Delhi NCR, the PM 2.5 pollution usually goes to 600 or 700. Around afternoon, it falls to 750, and when the sun is at the peak, the pollution is lowest. And at night, the pollution starts rising again to 600 or even 700. You can also find the similar data for your city online and how pollution level changes throughout the day. Now, this is not just helpful for air purifiers, but if you're someone who goes out for a run in early morning or late nights, then you're better up going a little bit late when the sun is up. Overall, to sum it up, when you are buying an air purifier, you should look for these 4 things. Number 1, HEPA filter. Usually S13 and 14 is good to go. Second, look for CADR. Usually 350 is a good CADR for most of the bedrooms. Third, don't fall for the gimmicks like smart features and app compatibility. And fourth, use it in a properly insulated room. So now that you know what to look for in an air purifier, the next question is which one should you buy? Well, we have done a dedicated video on most of the air purifiers, starting with Philips 2887, the Mi Air 3, Honeywell, etc, etc. Links to that will be in the description of this video as well as in the YouTube cards. As always, it's Mrinal signing off, and remember, just because you can't see it doesn't mean you're breathing clean air. Give it a thought and I will see you in the next one.